anyone out there who's struggling with depression, especially if you're a man, one of the main reasons why I know why I had depression and I was struggling with anxiety is because I didn't have a purpose that was bigger than myself. I wasn't living for anything bigger than myself. I was just waking up and going to work, and just maintaining. But if you're just living your life as a man and you're just basically doing the basic shit, you're not ever gonna feel fulfilled in your life, and you're gonna feel unhappy. You're not gonna really be busy enough to fucking not be depressed. If you're just sitting around living a basic life, a basic existence, you're gonna feel like incredibly fucking unhappy with yourself because you know that there's more that you should be demanding from yourself. And this is what the masculine imperative is. As a man, we're not supposed to just be sitting around watching television, scrolling on our phones, or just working a little job. Like, that's basic shit. That's not what men evolved from. You know what I'm saying? We evolved from being warriors, conquerors. You know what I'm saying? We evolved from challenging ourselves and becoming greater and to provide and protect and just feeling more like champions. That's the champion spirit. This is why men watch sports. This is why we watch boxing fights and we watch, competition. We watch these things because it inspires us. It inspires the greatness. This is why men watch Steven Seagal movies and James Bond movies, because it's inherent within us to demand more and to want to challenge ourselves and seek adventure. But a lot of men these days, they're not living an adventurous life. They're living their lives like basically sitting at home all day, basically just doing basic ass shit. And it's like, that's not what being a man is about. Being a man is about challenging yourself. This is why getting in the gym, working out, setting goals, achieving those goals, building a business, stepping out of your comfort zone on a consistent basis. The more you do that for yourself, the more you'll start feeling more alive and the more you'll feel proud of yourself. But if you're just sitting around being lazy all day, there's something in the back of your mind, your subconscious mind, basically telling yourself that you're not pushing yourself. You're not seeking greatness. You're not trying to be better. And this is the problem we have in our modern day society. Our modern day society is really set up for men to be depressed in a lot of ways. If you just follow the basic norm, of wake up, go to a basic job, make some basic money, don't go to the gym, come home, watch TV, you're gonna be unhappy. It's just you're gonna be unhappy because as a man, we're designed to challenge ourselves. We're designed to strive for greatness. This is written in the code. Just go watch any movie. Go watch Troy. Go watch a James Bond movie. Go watch Bourne Identity, Matt Damon movie. All these movies, what do we see? What do we champion as men? Even as kids, we champion being superheroes. When you're a kid, you want to wear you want to wear the superhero cape. You want to be Batman. You want to be Superman. It's written in our code to be heroes. And as a man, if you're not challenging yourself to become greater, to feel stronger, you're just not gonna feel like you're supposed to be. It's almost like being a lion in a zoo, and the lion doesn't hunt. The lion is just sitting around all day. The lion, the food is just given to the lion. Yeah, the lion has an easy life, but the lion is incredibly fucking unhappy because it's not running on the prairie lands of Africa and hunting antelope. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's raining and it's going through struggle, this is what makes the lion feel like a lion. But if you're like I said, if you're just sitting in the zoo in the comfortable habitat, you may be comfortable, things may be easy, but you're never actually gonna feel truly happy with yourself. And this is why it's so important to recognize these things about society and to conjure and create your own uncomfortability. Like people seem to not, we don't like uncomfortability. It's not something the average person strives for, but it's incredibly powerful when you do it to yourself. Like you go to the gym, challenging yourself to lose some weight, setting more goals, really meditating on your purpose and what you want to create and what you want to contribute to the world. These are the things that we have to conjure for ourselves in this modern day world. But if you're not doing that, like I said, you're gonna feel unsatisfied with yourself, incredibly unsatisfied. The modern world has designed the perfect zoo for us as men to live in, to sit down and watch sports, get drunk, go to a job that we're not really fully satisfied with, that pays us, so we don't even have to push ourselves when we're there, because they pay us regardless. So you don't have to work hard. You know what I mean? You just gotta. So if you're living in a world where there's no challenges, you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna be depressed. Like I said, you're like a lion in a zoo, not doing what the lion is supposed to do. You're just chilling all day. And so this is why when I recognized these things about myself, I knew I had to go on this journey of self-discovery and setting goals for myself that pulled me out of my comfort zone. When you pull yourself out of your comfort zone, man, I'm telling you, at first it's always gonna be uncomfortable, but at the same time, you're gonna feel so much more satisfied with yourself. You will feel so much better. You're just gonna be like, damn, I feel like a man. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm challenging myself. I feel like I'm getting stronger, getting better, getting smarter. You know what I'm saying? Getting tougher. These things are important. These things are so important. But you know what? Someone will watch this video and they'll say, "Oh, listen, he's trying to be a man. He wants to do he all this stuff. That's corny." Or who hurt him? You know what I mean? Oh my God, so insecure. Don't listen to that bullshit. If people are saying that to you because you're striving to be better, don't listen to that bullshit. They're just trying to control you, trying to stop you. Do what you need to do, what you know you need to do. And if you're depressed and you're sitting around unhappy, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's probably because you're not living for a purpose bigger than yourself. Because being depressed all day is really, and there's different reasons why. If you've lost family members, if you're going through a loss in your family, that's understandable, right? Totally understandable. But if you're just depressed and you don't really have any true reason why, you're honestly being selfish. It's incredibly selfish because you're just thinking about yourself. And I'm not gonna say it like this, but it's like thinking like a bitch. You know what I mean? Dog, we don't got time to be sitting around here sad. We got shit we got to do. We got money to make. We got moves to make. We don't got time to be sitting here complaining and being sad. You know what I mean? For really no real reason. For what it is, even if it is for a real reason, in those moments, you can allow yourself to feel the sadness, to feel the uncomfortability, or feel that depression. But get busy, yo. Get busy. Get in the gym. Go get back in the gym. Go book a gym membership. You know what I mean? Write your goals down every day. Start to strive and create this ideal for yourself where it's you know what? I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna get stronger, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna get smarter. Challenge yourself. Start making more content. If you're a content creator, start producing more videos. Start pushing yourself to do more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, the way the world is being designed for men is that they're creating things so comfortable for us. Mental health is gonna get even more incredibly rampant in our society with AI coming and with fucking the VR goggles where motherfuckers can just chill all day and they don't even have to go to the gym. You can literally virtually experience yourself going to the gym, or I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but all I know is they're gonna create this zoo that's gonna be so much more controlled for us. And it's I'm telling you, if you're not aware of this stuff, you could be a victim of it. You know what I mean? Someone just commented, be a badass. Yeah, be a fucking badass. Your definition of it. Now, you don't gotta walk around picking fights with people. You don't gotta walk around being you know what I mean? Just trying to be a tough guy. But doing tough things I'm telling you, this will strengthen your mind, strengthen your psychology, and you can feel like the man that you wanna be. Get in the gym. Go take a boxing class. You know what I mean? Write down your goals. Ask yourself, where do you want to be in the next 3 months? You know what I'm saying? 6 months to a year. Start getting more success minded. And the thing is with a lot of people is, a struggle too could be another thing that could be a reason that stops people is because they're surrounded by the wrong people. If you're around people and you're talking about success and becoming greater, and people are rolling their eyes at you, and people are making you feel like there's something wrong with you, I'm telling you, you're in the wrong fucking room. You're around the wrong people. And it could be your family. You know what I'm saying? It could be your friends. you have to make the conscious sacrifice to spend less time with these people, because that's totally backwards. It's totally backwards. But this is the crazy thing. This is how like the majority of people think. The majority of society is thinking backwards. And so people don't even realize that they're trying to conform to a society that's designed backwards. A backwards society. And you're trying to fit in with the backwards motherfuckers. I ain't trying to fit in with y'all niggas, because I know what the real deal is. I know what I'm supposed to do. And I'm not about to change my vision and my purpose in life so I can fit in with people who have no purpose, who have no vision, who want to make me feel bad for, not being on their program. Trust me, you don't want to be on their program. That program leads to unhappiness, mediocrity, sadness, and just like feeling like you're not enough. And it's not the way to go, man. It's not the way to be. And if you have to walk alone, then so be it. Isolation is incredibly important as a man, because what it does is it gives you the time to think for yourself and ask yourself, what do you want out of this life? What do you want to accomplish? Where do you want to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And ask yourself, what is your purpose? Because if you're not creating your own purpose, your purpose is going to be whatever the world tells you your purpose is. And so it takes a great deal of strength and it really shows your character as a man when you can say, you know what, this is what I believe. This is the path I'm on. If you're not on my path, then so be it. That's okay. But I'm gonna go my way. You know what I'm saying? And I had to make that conscious decision. It really took me a minute to realize when I sat down and asked myself, I was like, why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel like all this anxiety? Where's all the stress coming from? And I realized I really realized, I was like, oh, it's because I'm not living for anything. I have no ideals. I'm not living for anything greater than myself. I'm just waking up every day, living in comfort land. And it's like, yeah, you may have an easy life, but when you're a man and you're living an easy life, essentially, like I said, it's like the lion in the zoo who is basically having all his food given to him. There's no thrill, there is no challenge, there's no discomfort. And so that's the natural habitat for a lion. So if a lion isn't in its natural habitat, it's never going to feel fully congruent. It's never going to feel like the lion that it is. And that's what a lot of men in our society are in. And this structured, we're living in like a modern day zoo for humans, And it's like, if you don't recognize that as a man, and you're going to succumb to whatever is popular in the world. And that's, in this world right now, it's discomfort. It's easy land. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. Just watch television. Just get high. Just go to your job. You don't have to work hard at your job. Just show up, get your paycheck, go get your food, come home, scroll on your phone, watch TV, get drunk, watch some sports, go to bed. And if you do that for a long enough period of time without living on a purpose, not having any goals, you'll wake up and you'll be depressed. It's just literally what it is. And I'm not saying anything that's honestly brand new. We know this shit. But it's about waking up to this shit. And a lot of times people struggle with this because if you don't have children, if you don't have like a lot of family, a lot of times people don't really have anything to live for. And it's like, yo, if you can't find something for yourself, think about how you can impact the world. Think about how you can make the world a better place. This ideal shouldn't be something special. This shouldn't be something like it shouldn't be that crazy to think like this. But it is, especially in this day and age. People will alienate you. People will make you feel like, something's wrong with you. But the real reason is people are envious. A lot of people are jealous because they don't have these type of ideas. They're not thinking like this. They're not thinking big. And so what they'll do is they'll try to push you out of the group or try to marginalize you to make something wrong, make it seem like there's something wrong with you. But it's not. There's nothing wrong with you. You're thinking the right way by thinking like this. It's like, go watch the movie 300. Go watch the movie 300, man. That movie, really embodies, like the masculine imperative of like having a fight within you, having a mission, having a purpose, no matter what it is, man. But having something that you're fighting for and you're living for, and you have a purpose greater than yourself. When you wake up every day with the intensity, the graceful aggression to go after your goals and achieve those goals, I'm telling you, you won't have time to be unhappy. You won't even want to be unhappy because you're going to have this energy about you, this life force within you. And right now, I honestly believe that there is a, I'm not going to say maybe a conspiracy, but I would say that there is an agenda to remove the life force out of mankind. Because when you remove the life force out of mankind, you have a society of men who are essentially sheep. Sheep like men. They don't have wolf energy. They don't have lion energy. And in a lot of ways, what it is spiritual castration. Taking away his life force, taking away his power within. And it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Because you create a society that's easily controllable. People who just stick their head in the ground, in the sand, and run away from challenge, run away from facing their fears. And, you know, it's unfortunate. But not every man is like that. And there are men who are awake and who are seeing this, but it's about waking up to this shit. I would say, you know, one of the things that I've recognized for myself is that I needed to create discomfort for myself. I needed to have a mission. I needed to have goals. This is why I left. I used to live in Portland, and a lot of the men in that city are completely unhappy, and they're comfortable being unhappy. And there's actually like an economic structure that reinforces their unhappiness, because you can get paid by the state, because you have mental health issues, so you don't have to work. And, you know, it's really a downward spiral. It's not a recipe for success. You know what I'm saying? I have family members who, you know, they live an easy life. Everything is perfect for them. They have no struggles. They have nothing that's pulling them out of their comfort zone. And yeah, everything's easy for them, but they're totally unhappy people. They're so unhappy. And it's like they're unhappy because, like I said, they're the lion in the zoo. Lions aren't supposed to be in the zoo. Lions are supposed to be challenging themselves. Lions are supposed to be hunting. Lions are supposed to be, you know, going out and hunt and embracing danger. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. And as a man, that's what it's about, yo. That's what it's about. It's about challenging yourself. And a coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and a soldier dies but once. As a man, if you're living your life and you're succumbing to fears, and you're allowing your fears to govern and control your life, and you're never challenging these fears, you will become depressed. You will be depressed, because deep down in the back of your mind, something's basically telling you, you're a bitch. And it's sad, but it's true, man. And it's like, the more you face your fears, the more you challenge these illusions, and the more you push yourself, I'm telling you, you won't even feel depressed. Once I got on my purpose, got on my mission, and woke up every day and said, you know what, it's time to fucking take action. It's time to face my fears. It's time to get out of my comfort zone. It's time to get on my purpose. It's like depression, what is that? I forgot about it. Like, I don't have time. I'm not sitting around. I don't even have time to be depressed. You know what I mean? Because it's gone. Because, like I said, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. If you're living your life, allowing your fears to govern you, and you're staying in your comfort zone, you may feel like everything's easy, but over time, especially as a man, you will be unhappy. You will be depressed. Like I said again, I'm going to keep repeating it. It's like being a lion in the zoo. A lion has an easy life. It doesn't have to run from anything. It doesn't have to hunt for anything. Yeah, everything's easy for it, but it's not happy, because it's like, wait, I'm a lion. This is not me. So it's like I'm not living what I'm supposed to be, my divine imperative. This is not who I'm supposed to be. Lions are not supposed to be in a zoo. And a lot of men, they are lions, but they've been spiritually castrated by modernity, modern day society. You know, they talk about this in the movie Fight Club. They talk about this in a lot of movies, you know what I'm saying? But when you wake up to that and you get motivated by it, and you ask yourself, like, what do I want to do? How can I challenge myself? How can I face my fears? What are my fears? And this is what I created my own regimen, where I sat down and I asked myself, what are all my fears? What am I afraid of? You know what I'm saying? Where's my comfort zone at? Okay, how can I create a blueprint over the next year where I'm gonna face these fears? I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone, and I'm gonna evolve myself. You know what I mean? Once I started doing that, it's like I didn't have time to be unhappy. I woke up every day ready to go. And it's important to have a community of people around you who are challenging themselves as well, and holding each other accountable, and not allowing ourselves to be, you know, living in a fucking soft marshmallow fucking world. A soft fucking, you know, pillow land. You know what I mean? Candyland. Get out of that. Get out of that world. Now, it's good to have a good time. It's fun to enjoy yourselves. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with watching television, drinking a beer, scrolling, doing the basic things in society. But if you're allowing yourself to just stay in that zone, you will not be happy. I have family members who chose a path of comfortability and ease, and they never had to challenge themselves, and they're in their 70s, in their 80s, and they're completely fucking miserable because they didn't go down a path of striving for greatness. They didn't go down a path, and so they hate themselves for that. And what happens is, as a man, if you know you didn't strive for greatness, when you get towards the end of your life, from what I've experienced, from the people I've met, they become incredibly bitter and resentful, and they become haters. Really, they're haters. They're mad at themselves, so they project that onto other people who have a mission, who have goals. You know what I'm saying? And so it's almost like, take action now. Don't allow yourself to get too comfortable in this world, man, because it's the recipe for depression. This is why so many men are sad, depressed, because they have no purpose bigger than themselves. They're not challenging themselves. They're not striving to be a hero. When you're a kid, you want to be a superhero. You want to fucking put on the Superman suit, the Batman suit. You want to fight outside with your friends. It's in our fucking divine nature to be heroes, to be strong. You know what I'm saying? To challenge ourselves, to go on adventures. This is how the modern world was built. You know what I mean? We essentially, as men, created our own zoo for ourselves. We created our own prison. But it's now time as a man to wake up to that and to create your own adventure. That could mean starting a business, getting in the gym, waking up early, taking cold showers, training for a marathon. Creating content on social media, building your brand. Doing these things, you can manufacture your own adventure, manufacture your own warrior mentality and warrior lifestyle. And it becomes what it is, a lifestyle. And I'm telling you, for me, I don't get depressed. I don't feel sad. And if I do, I just get up and I'm like, all right, do 100 push-ups, write your goals down, attack the day. We don't have time to be sad and depressed. That's selfish. I have a purpose bigger than myself. If I don't grind and work hard, this is for my bloodline, it's for my family. It's time to go. We don't have time to sit around sorry for ourselves. We don't have time for any of that shit. And, not everyone's going to want to be on this program. That's all right. It's not the same for everybody. It's for those men who need it, who want it, and they see the value in it. And so it's about waking up to the realities. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens to a lot of men is that they get so comfortable with an easy life. And it's like that's who they become. And it's very difficult to pull them away from that. And you'll be unhappy, man. And you'll wake up one day and it's like you'll be a shell of a person. And you'll lose that power, that masculine fucking divinity, that fuel. It's like it's tiger blood, thunder fucking blood. You know what I'm saying? Fucking dragon energy, the energy that is required to achieve, to succeed, to push yourself past discomfort and accomplish your goals. This is what it's about, man. People have been talking about this. This is nothing new. They've been talking about this for the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? David Goggins, the Andrew Tates. They've been talking about these things, and I'm just here to reaffirm, I actually went down that path of waking up, realizing, okay, I need to wake up and I need to write my goals down. I need to wake up with a mission. I gotta have a purpose. I can't be a purposeless man who's just living his life day to day. I can't live my life not having a mission bigger than myself. I need to create and manufacture, this warrior perspective on life. I look at life and I'm like, yo, this is fucking war. And it really is. It's civilized war. To become something in this new world, you're fighting not only yourself, not only your own self-doubts, but you're fighting the haters, the doubters. You're fighting just a system design set up for you to just be comfortable, sit down, and don't think for yourself. You're fighting a lot, man. But I love that because I'm like, oh, this is dope. I have a war finally. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have a draft. We don't have a draft. When there was a draft, men had something to fight for. They were fighting for their country and the freedoms of our neighbors and our children and our wives and our families. We had a war. So men didn't have time to be depressed and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? All this new age bullshit. They didn't have time for that. So now, in this new day and age, we have to manufacture our own war. You need to create your own fucking war. What are you fighting against? You know what I'm saying? What are you going out to dominate? That could be in business. You can go to war against your own self, whether that's in the gym. You can go to war against mediocrity. You got to create your own warfare so that every day you wake up knowing it's ready to fight. And this is what makes you feel more like a man, because this is what men are supposed to do. It's what men are supposed to do, damn it. And to a lot of people, this is backwards. This is toxic. This is wrong. No, men aren't supposed to be like that. They want to soften us up. Don't listen to that bullshit. It's bullshit, and it's a recipe for success and disaster. You got to wake up ready to fight your own fucking war. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be physical. It's psychological. It's civilized warfare. It's pushing yourself every day, waking up and having a fucking purpose. Waking up and having a mission. I'm telling you, once you start doing this, you will shine so bright, and people it'll just exude through the tone of your voice. It'll exude through your body language, the way you move and carry yourself. You will exude that energy. I'm telling you, and you will attract more women to you. You will attract more like-minded men. They'll respect you more, and people will feel the magnetism within you, because they can tell that you're a man on his purpose. You're a man on his mission. You are a superman. You are a superior man. This is the ways of the superior man. And in this day and age, we need this in our society more and more. We need this because the average man has become a fucking cotton ball motherfucker, bro, a marshmallow motherfucker. You know what I mean? Weak-minded. If you're dealing with depression and anxiety, essentially what's happening is your mind is attacking itself. And from my research, what a lot of people are saying, but this one guy, I'm not gonna say his name yet, but he does really extensive research on basically the social engineering of our society, and the most effeminizing thing that can happen to a man is him losing control of his own mind. If you can't control your own mind and your mind is attacking itself, that is a fucking problem. Negative thinking, negative self-talk, negative perception of yourself, that is incredibly, incredibly fucking bad. And it's not something you should live with. They have us coping with this shit. Just take some pills. It's okay. Be sad. Be depressed. No, you shouldn't be coping with it at all. You gotta fucking get to the root of that shit and destroy it. And really what that is voices put into your mind. It's a virus of the mind. It's a virus, and it's incredible. It's effeminate. Because if you're not controlling your own mind, then someone else can. You can be easily manipulated by your system, by your neighbors, by the people that are around you. And it's a mark of a strong man who cannot be controlled and manipulated by anyone outside of himself. It's about the self-mastery. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time. You don't just change overnight. But what I would say to any man out there is it's the willingness. A lot of men don't even have the willingness. I've talked to so many of my friends from back in the day, and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, you motherfuckers are crazy. Y'all are crazy. You know what I'm saying? But if all the crazy people are telling the one person who feels sane he's not crazy, you're gonna look crazy to them. But that's okay. You gotta risk looking crazy to a bunch of crazy motherfuckers for not being crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And I'm saying this because my intentions are because, man, I want this world to be a better place, man. I don't want to be the only guy around that who has a mission and a purpose. And I know I'm not, but sometimes it feels like I am. I'm like, damn, where's the wolf pack? Where's the lion pack? You know what I'm saying? It's like the Legion of Doom. You know, it's the Justice League. Where are the other superheroes? Men who are embodying the divine imperative, the masculine imperative to be great, to be strong, to be heroes, to be somebody that people can respect. You know what I'm saying? Not just being comfortable with living in a fucking safe ass world, man. That's designed to fucking make you weak. They want to make you weak. They want to take your balls from you. They want you to be sad and depressed. This is exactly what, I don't know who they are, but that's what the fuck they want, man. They don't want you to be great. And a lot of men are comfortable with just living an easy life. But listen, yo, they don't motherfucking make movies about niggas who lived an easy life. They don't write books and erect statues for men who just fucking had an easy life and didn't go through any challenges, didn't suffer for anything. I love the suffering. I love it. I love discomfort. Bring it on. I love the adventure. I love the danger. I love it. I fucking love it. God, thank you for bringing this upon me because it's for me. I'm ready. I'm ready at all fucking times. And I love it. I enjoy it. I love it. I don't want an easy life. I don't want easy shit. I love the pain. Bring it on, because it only makes me fucking stronger. That's my mentality. Bring it all on. I want it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's going to make me a better man. I don't want to be the motherfucker out who's afraid of his own shadow, afraid to confront basic ass shit. There's so many men out here. And it's like, dude, man, grow a pair of fucking nuts, man. Get the fuck out of my face. I don't have time for your weak ass shit. And you know what? That's what the fuck these motherfuckers need, man. They need somebody that's gonna be an asshole to them. Because they're living in a world where everyone's just fucking, you know, being sorry. It's okay. It's alright. But we don't have time for that weak ass shit, man. We don't have time for that. It's fucking I don't want to say it because I'll fucking get canceled. But it's whack as hell, man. It's a whack ass culture and I don't want to be a part of it. And I don't care if you don't like me. Don't like me. I'm glad you don't. I don't want to be liked by some weak motherfuckers, because if you like me, it's because I fucking relate to you. I don't want to relate to you weak ass motherfuckers, bro. And so I'm willing to walk alone. I don't want to be around that shit because I got a fucking purpose bigger than myself. I'm working for my own family, my own bloodline. I look at my own family and I look at the men in my family. I look at them and I'm like, oh no, they don't have a purpose. They don't have a mission. They don't have goals. What the fuck? It's my job to protect. It's my job to provide. So y'all can laugh at me now, but one day you're gonna fucking laugh now, cry later. One day you're gonna wake up and look at me and be like, we can rely on that man. That man can protect us. He's not afraid to go out into through the fire. Forge yourself in the fire, man. This shit's real. It's crazy. I've met so many guys where I was like, they were talking about their girlfriends, or like they're talking about, you know, the women in their life, and I don't know what we were talking about, but I was like, man, you know, being a man, you gotta have something to die for. You know what I mean? What are you willing to die for? And a lot of people don't even have an answer for that. And I was like, Jesus Christ, you don't have an answer? You don't have any you don't have nothing to die for? You know, like even in the 50s and the 60s, our fathers, our uncles, our grandfathers, they had something to die for. They were willing to die for the freedoms of our country. So they didn't have time to be sad. They had to be strong men. They had to be an alpha male. It's like the only way. But we've created a society where you can be a beta. Yeah, beta land. And all the betas hang out together. And they feel good around each other. You know the annoying part about it is when you become a man like me, it's not annoying. It's beautiful. It's a good indication. When you start to really see the value in becoming the strongest version of yourself and not being a fucking bitch who capitulates and, you know, allows people to walk all over them, and you live in this what happens is the betas don't want to hang out with you. The beta people. I lived in a city. I'm not going to say the city. It was a blue city. I'm not saying all Democrats are a certain way, but what I noticed is in these blue type of cities, it's like there's a culture of beta-ness, of beta male psychology, and they all hang out with each other. And the number one thing that these motherfuckers do is they lie. They lie. They're not authentic. They're not authentic. They wear a mask, and their form of gaining control is manipulation. I don't need to manipulate. That's a feminine thing. Men who need to manipulate to control people, passive aggressiveness, can't say how the fuck they feel, afraid to say what's real. Pussy shit, bro. It's weak. And I don't want to be around them. And they don't like me because when I'm around them, I'm not like Mr. Alpha Male trying to fucking, you know, dominate and control people. I'm just being real, being assertive, not being all soft and shit. Like, I'm not playing that shit. And these motherfuckers, they don't like me because of that. Because I have a mission and a purpose, and I'm talking about that, and I'm telling people we gotta have one. And I shouldn't even have to fucking argue that. But in this new world, we got to. Because we have to change the culture. Because you know what's gonna happen is the other countries, China, North Korea, Russia, these motherfuckers know what's happening in our society. They know that. If motherfuckers came to attack us as Americans, we'd be decimated. They would destroy our whole fucking country. Because these men are not willing to fight. They're not willing to die for something. Now, you back a fucking dog into a corner, it's gonna reveal its fangs. But a lot of these men, they won't fight. You know what they'll do? They're gonna retreat. They'll retreat or they'll fucking surrender. There is no surrendering. There is no surrender. You fight to the death. You know what I mean? You fight to the death. Maybe I'm crazy. My father served 20 plus years in the U.S. military. He was in Afghanistan and Iraq. And maybe I'm thankful because my father brought home a certain energy, whether he was communicating it to me or he was carrying it around to me. You know, we would go into the military base and I'd see tanks. I'd see fucking, you know, jets and niggas wearing motherfucking carrying M16s and Glocks on the hip. You know what I'm saying? And fatigues. And that inspired me to want to be stronger. And I didn't want to be in the army. I didn't want to be in the military. I was an artist, and I am an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing poetry and shit, and writing raps, and wanting to color and paint and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, which is what you would think a soft motherfucker would do. But like, I think that's why I feel like a lot of congruency in myself, and why I feel like a complete man is because, you know, I have the willingness to want to fight and have a purpose bigger than myself, and go out into the world and be assertive and put on and just exude strength and come from a position of strength. And then I want to go home and I want to chill back and I want to paint. You know what I mean? I want to talk to my puppies. You know what I mean? I want to write poetry. I want to do soft things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you go out into the world. Sometimes you have to be the lion in the world to be the lamb that you really are. You know what I mean? And so it's like people have this misconstrued idea of like what it means to be a strong man, and I've had to learn what that means. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being a bully. Bully, that's weak. If you gotta bully motherfuckers, bro, you're a weak ass motherfucker, bro. If you gotta be toxic, like the most toxic masculine thing a man could be is weak. Toxic masculinity is weak. The motherfuckers who shoot up, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get flagged. But who do things like that, that's weak. It's a weak thing to go out into the world and be an asshole to people and thinking you're being a tough guy. That's weak. Because a real motherfucker who's strong, who's been through shit, they're kind, man. They're kindness. They show compassion. Because you know what? It takes a lot of strength to be forgiving and to be kind. It's too easy to be an asshole. It's easy. A lot of motherfuckers are assholes. And it'd be the weakest motherfuckers who ain't been through no suffering who are the biggest assholes, the biggest douchebags. The strong motherfuckers are the people who've been through shit and they've been through pain. And they don't need to fucking bully people, especially the meek, the weak, the people who you could tell who are weaker. You know what I mean? That's one thing. I don't bully nobody. I stand up for the people who are being bullied. I don't do that. And especially if I meet a guy who I can tell has a weak demeanor to him, I'm not going to be an asshole to him. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be an asshole to him. I mean, it may be difficult for me to respect the way he's living or his demeanor, but I still respect him as a human being, and I refuse to, you know, it's almost like they say the Sigma male. Sigma has alpha traits and beta traits. You know what I mean? An alpha male is a man who can lead and be a winner, or be a leader and be assertive. But a beta male, you know, is more someone who's really more agreeable. You know what I'm saying? And more like just go along to get along and kind of like not trying to lead. Now, I recognize that any environment you walk into, it's important to respect the social dynamics of the room and recognize the individuals in the room and not try to posture and do all that shit. It's unnecessary. It's about having grace and class, and that's what I've realized, and that's what I've done to refine my character, so that no matter where I'm at, man, like, you know, I can be in these spaces and still be a leader, still be strong, but I'll never be a fucking bully. That's weak ass shit, man. It's not cool, man. What is this rant about? What is this rant about? Man, it's inspiration, bro. It's inspiration. My intentions, I want people to know that, you know, if you're feeling like the way I'm feeling, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a purpose. You're not arrogant because you believe that you could change the world. You're not arrogant because you believe you can fucking go to the moon, build rockets, build a plane. You know what I'm saying? You're not arrogant for thinking that you could be the next Martin Luther King or the next Gandhi, the next Muhammad Ali, or the next John F. Kennedy. You're not arrogant for that. There's nothing wrong with that. We need that. We need that. But you know, the crazy thing is, it be the same people who are inspired by these people on television, the Michael Jordans, the Muhammad Alis, the John F. Kennedys, the Steve Jobs. They'll talk about them, but as soon as you start saying, yeah, I want to do something big like that, I want to impact the world like that, they look at you like you're crazy. It's like, dude, nah, bro. And you got to be comfortable with people thinking that about you. This is what I've had to do. I had to be comfortable with that, because I'm fighting for a bigger purpose than the opinions of motherfuckers who gave up. You know what I mean? Who don't have a purpose, who don't have a dream. And what they do is they rationalize and they try to control you and they try to, you know, criticize you and make you feel like there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with them, but they don't want to admit that. They're jealous. They're envious because they gave up. They gave up on their dreams. They gave up on their mission. And I'm telling you this, the biggest haters in our society are the quitters. especially men who quit on themselves and have no mission. They're the biggest haters. They're bitter and they're resentful. And you have to be able to understand that so you can see where their hate is coming from so you're unaffected by it. So you're like, I have empathy for you. You're just unhappy because you don't have a mission and I do. Now, bye. I'm on to the next adventure, on my quest. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. We need this. We need this. Here's another reason why we need this. Because what they're doing, the New World Order is here. The New World Order. Spiritual castration of the man. Take out the spiritual, divine fucking imperative from the mankind so he's weakened. So he can't control his mind. If he can't control his mind, we can control his mind. Have him focusing on himself all day so he doesn't have a purpose bigger than himself, so he's depressed and he has anxiety and he has a weak frame and he has low self-esteem. So you know why? Now we can implement whatever we want to implement in the society because you know what? 90% of the men will tolerate it. They'll all tolerate what we want to do to the society. They'll tolerate it. They'll capitulate. They'll bend over. They'll let themselves be fucking spiritually raped by society. They'll allow that to happen. Guess what they're doing? You can't see it, you're fucking crazy, you're blind. It's right in our fucking faces, people. But I'm the bad guy because I want to be great. But I'll tell you this. And this is a lot of times why a lot of people will attack men who have boundaries, have a strong frame, have a purpose, are not allowing themselves to be manipulated by people who want to use fucking psychological tactics to try to control you. When you become a strong man, it's essentially like this. When you have a society of sheep, right? The sheep are deathly afraid of the wolves because there are wolves in our society, right? Now, to protect the sheep, you need sheepdogs. You need sheepdogs. The sheepdogs, they look kind of like wolves. They have fangs, but they don't hurt the sheep. They don't hurt the sheep at all. They protect the sheep from the wolves. You know what I mean? So when the sheep are being attacked by the wolves, the sheepdogs run out there, they fight them off, they ward them off, right? And they keep everybody safe. Now, what happens when there are no wolves? Let's say there's a period of time where there are no wolves and none of the wolves are coming. You know what I'm saying? And everything's safe and protected. What happens is the sheep will start to resent the sheepdogs. They don't like the sheepdogs. You know why? Because the sheepdogs remind them of wolves. The sheepdogs have fangs. They're dogs, right? They look like wolves in a way. So what happens is the sheep, they're angry. They don't like the sheepdog. They're afraid of them. So they try to you know what I mean? They diss them. They're only dissing them because there's no wolves around. But guess what happens when the wolves come back? They start crying for the sheepdogs to protect them. And this is the way our society is. A lot of men who are strong, who are masculine, and they are on their purpose. We're sometimes attacked. We're not attractive to the society. It's you get what I'm trying to say. You get what the fuck I'm saying, man. But this is what's happening right now, and it's kind of annoying because it's like a social engineering that's happening right now, especially with women, and they're not even aware of this shit. And if I even say this to them, they're gonna roll their eyes. They're not gonna listen. A lot of these women were, but the real ones, they fucking understand. Right now, it's a term called neo-feminism, where it's a subconscious programming that's put into women's minds for women to seek out weak men. Women will seek out weak men because a weak man is controllable. They seek out the beta males. A lot of these women, they need an alpha male. They want an alpha male. But when they get around an alpha male, they recognize that, oh, I can't just manipulate this guy. Oh, this man's going to set boundaries. Oh, this man's going to, have, certain demands of achievement and being better and not allowing ourselves to just have a fixed mentality. And these women, they run away. They're afraid of a strong man. And I know this because a lot of the girls I've tried to date, I'm like, I had to really recognize, I'm like, oh, this is a beta woman. You know what I mean? I don't want a beta bitch. I want an alpha woman. And I know that people say there's no such thing as that, but my definition of an alpha woman really is a woman who has a growth mentality, a woman who sees the benefits in becoming better every single day. Because when you're a man who's on his purpose, you have a growth mentality as well. When you have a growth mentality as a man, every day you're seeking to get better. You want to make more money. You want to improve your finances. You want to improve your relationships, and you want to succeed, and you want to rise up in the world. Now, if you have a woman that's next to you, and she's a beta psychology woman, I don't know what the word we're going to call this type of woman, but if she's that type of woman, she has a fixed mentality. These type of women, she could be the most beautiful girl in the world, but what happens is they're incredibly unsupportive of her man chasing after his dreams. They're unsupportive. You know why? Because it's a conflict of interest. If she is not on her mission and getting better in every day, but he is, she understands that this man's gonna get better and better, and he's gonna have access to more beautiful women and more successful women than her. And so what's gonna happen? She's afraid of him leaving her, so she's not going to support his dreams and goals. And what these women do is they pick fights. They get upset and they get angry. They you know what I mean? They want to do anything to try to sabotage his success. And a lot of men, they succumb to that shit, but you gotta fucking cut her off. Don't hang around a woman who is not going to be supportive of your goals and your fucking dreams. That's the wrong woman. And I don't want to say the percentage, but a lot of men are with a woman who doesn't support them on their dreams and on their mission. And that's not what I want. I want a woman like who's Conor McGregor's wife. That woman, real woman, right there. Bow. That's the woman I want, the type of woman. A woman who's like, baby, go out there and get him. Let's get this shit. Be strong, be great. You know what I'm saying? A woman who's gonna stick by my side. A woman who wants to be great. Who wants her man to be great. You know what I'm saying? Not a woman who wants a man who's she can control, who's comfortable, who's basic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women want that. They don't want that. They think they want that. They've been programmed to want that. But you know what they really want. They want a leader. They want an alpha male. But when they get around these type of men, they run away from him, or they will reject him. They will reject him to save her own ego. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that you may be rejected because she may not like you. I'm not saying this is every single case. You know what I'm saying? This is not black and white with this scenario, but it's just from my observation and from my experiences, I'm seeing that like, oh, this makes perfect fucking sense. I get it. You know what I mean? Because I've gotten a lot of around women, and I was like, look, here's my dreams. I've just been open. I'm like, here's my dreams. What the fuck I'm gonna do? This is what I'm doing. This is what's gonna happen. This is where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? This is a fucking rocket ship, and it's already in orbit. You can hop on if you want. You know what I mean? And like they're pushed away from that because they know they can't. They're not in that frame of mind. They're not that type of woman. And this is how the majority of women are. You know what I'm saying? They're in the 99%. I want the 1%. I want the needle in the haystack. I want that one woman. And maybe there is no one. Who knows? But I know God is going to bless me. You know what I'm saying? And I just got to keep doing me, keep leveling up, and, I will attract that woman. And you got to kiss a lot of frogs, right, to find your princess, to find your queen, right? But I think the number one thing, too, a lot of men are totally unhappy with. Let's just keep going with the conversation. This is a 47. I'm already damn near 1 hour. So I appreciate you guys for listening. I know it's been all over the place. I'm just letting my fucking brain. This is a visionary stream of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta let it fly. But another reason why I believe the problem with it right now is that a lot of men are unhappy because they have accepted mediocrity. I'll tell you this. I'm at war against mediocrity. I'm going to war against mediocrity. Declaring war on mediocrity. I'm not saying I'm declaring war on the people. I'm declaring war on the mentality, the lifestyle, mediocrity of wanting to fit in, to be basic, to be small, to play small, to play not to lose. I'm playing to win. Let's go. Greatness. This isn't for everybody, because if everyone was great, then not everyone. If everyone was great, then not everyone's great. It's just the way it is. You gotta have mediocre motherfuckers to have motherfucking exceptional motherfuckers, because that's just the way it is. This is how it goes. So this isn't for everyone, but for the people it is for, you got to go to war against mediocrity. Reject mediocrity. Reject making mediocre money, having a mediocre body, having a mediocre wife, having a mediocre life, mediocre children, a mediocre fucking just like lifestyle, mediocrity. Reject it. Reject it all. There's nothing wrong with you for wanting more. There's nothing wrong with you for wanting to have an exceptional life. Don't allow these motherfuckers to pull you back. It's like, I remember when I was in school, right? When you're the kid in class, and I understand it, I get it. But when you're in school, when you're the kid who worked really hard on their project, right? And all the other kids didn't. They didn't even try. And you could tell they didn't try. They didn't even do it. You're always the kid that nobody likes. No one likes the kid that's fucking getting all the best grades, trying really hard on their fucking school projects, is trying really hard in PE, running, like trying to beat their mile, whatever, in PE, trying to do the most sit-ups. No one likes that kid, right? Because that kid wants to be exceptional. That's just the way it is. Everybody makes fun of that kid. They alienate that kid. That kid isn't the cool kid. And I understand that. I get that. But in our society today, that's the person you want to be. If I could go back to school right now, oh my God, I want to go back to college. Because I'm going to be like, every last one of you, you're all fucking losing. I'm getting the best grades in class. I'm just going to be not an asshole, be like a warrior. You know what I'm saying? The little nerds in the class. You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? We'll see on test day, bitch. I'm going to get better grades than you. I'm graduating top of the class. Like I'm gonna take it so fucking serious. Be so competitive about it. I wish I could go back to college. Because I just want to bring that energy. Not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But giving a fuck. You feel me? Because it's fun. And now if I see the benefit of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in school, you are in high school, man, go to class with the competitive mentality saying, yo, I'm gonna fucking dominate this class. All y'all kids, y'all second. I'm first place. Let's go. You know what I mean? Push yourself. Want to be great. But we must reject mediocrity. Mediocrity is why so many people are unhappy. Because as a man, it's written in our fucking DNA fabric. Not every man, but most men, until they've been fucking programmed by society to not think like this. It's written in our DNA to be heroes, to be strong, to be powerful, to be winners. You know what I'm saying? This is why as kids we wear fucking superhero. We want to be superheroes. Every kid wants to be Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Black Panther. We all want that. It's written in our code. But somewhere along the lines we get socialized, and they tell us, no, you can't. Don't be like that. Don't be a hero. Be soft. You know, take it easy. Live an easy life. Just get a basic job. Be a basic person. Fuck that shit, bro. It's like, dude, can't you see it? If you can't see it, bro, this ain't for you. You know what I mean? This is not for everybody. This is like, there's like 100 people, and 5 of them, this is for the 5 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? 100 people will watch this and be like, no, it's not for me. It's too much. That's okay. We don't want you anyways. We don't want weak motherfuckers around us. And a weak motherfucker isn't mean about being Mr. fucking strong, tough guy all day. It's about being someone who's willing to fucking challenge themselves. Who sees the value in that. Who wants to be great, wants to be remembered. Because I'm playing the long game. Excuse me, I gotta tie my shoes. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, as I tie my shoes. But this is what it's about, man. It's what it's about. Exceptionalism. Be exceptional. Be exceptional. I remember I was living in I'm gonna say the city. I don't want to say the city, but let's just say I was in the city, and I didn't fit in at all. I didn't fit in. They thought that was crazy. I'm like, yo, guys, we should start like a company. Let's become millionaires. Oh, you want to be a millionaire? You want to be like what's wrong with you? Why are you greedy? You know, money isn't everything. I'm like, what are you saying? Do you hear yourself? But the reason why people say that, it's not that they think they don't see the value in what I'm doing. It's because they gave up. You got to be careful with motherfuckers who are trying to sway you away from what you know divinely and just innately what you must do to be great in life. They're swaying you because they don't want you to be great, because if you're great, you're a reflection of the fact that they gave up. So they want to try to stop you by using moral platitudes and moralism and trying to tell you that you're not a good... It's all bullshit. You got to be able to see the bullshit, man. I'm telling you, man. It's a radar. You got to be able to see it, call it out in your mind, and just know that this is bullshit, bro. They're on some bullshit, and I had to get away from them. Because they're comfortable with being motherfucking mediocre. As a man, I know and believe that my duty in this life is to become successful. It's my responsibility, my duty, and my job to become successful in all realms. With my health, my wealth, and my relationships. I must have great relationships. I refuse to marry a woman and be fighting with my wife all day like my parents did. I'm not gonna fight with my wife. I'm gonna marry the right woman. A woman who loves me, and a woman who's healthy psychology, has a healthy viewpoint of the world, and wants to be great as well. I refuse to hang out with losers, people who are comfortable with being fucking lame, with being mediocre. Get out of my fucking life. I don't want you around me. I'm not hanging out with losers. You know what I'm saying? I want to be around men who inspire me. The losers, the beta males, I'm not saying all beta males are losers. Beta energy. But The loser, those motherfuckers, dude, they're the most jealous motherfuckers ever, bro. Like, it's so weak to see a man who's possibly doing better than you and being jealous of him. He thinks he's stronger than me. He makes more money than me. I'm mad at him. We don't like him. Like, dude, what the fuck, bro? That's like, you're backwards thinking, bro. If you see a man who's stronger than you, who makes more money than you, has better relationships than you need to be inspired by that guy. That's the guy you need to make your fucking friend. Because he's gonna push you to be greater. And especially if he has a good heart and he has good character traits and he's not like an asshole to you and he's like, yeah, man, what's up, dude? Yeah, bro. Yeah, man, yeah, you could probably work. Here's a good diet regimen. Here's a good workout routine. You know, this is what I'm doing to make some money. You know, I could show you some ways. I could teach you how to do this. You need some help with your dating? Man, I would love to help you out, bro. Those type of guys, those type of people you need to make your friends. Don't hang out with motherfuckers who are jealous and envious. And this is the problem with our society. Society's become a gigantic bucket of crab motherfuckers. Crabs. They're crabs. They want to pull everybody down, dude. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck, dude. You're not going to stop me. Because you know why? In order to get out of the bucket, you have to transform yourself. Because crabs never get out of the bucket. I ain't no motherfucking crab. That's why I'm getting out the fucking bucket. I'm already out of there psychologically. But that's the big problem. So that's the number one thing. Get away from these jealous motherfuckers. And if you feel envious and jealous all the time, recognize that's a fucking problem. You need to stop that shit. You need to stop it. If you see a motherfucker you're jealous of and envious, leave the room, go look in the fucking mirror, splash some water in your face, and fucking rewire your thinking. That's the person you should be inspired by. That's the person you should want to learn from. We have to pull our egos away from. I know I sound egotistical right now. I understand that. But it takes less ego to see someone and be inspired by them and to say, I want to be better. You know what I'm saying? It takes, and so fuck that, man. Fuck that shit. We can do better, man. This is for the fate of humanity, by the way. Because I'm telling you, the robots are coming. They're coming, ladies and gentlemen. We are the beta test. And this is the reason why they have people in beta land. Here's the reason why everyone's a fucking beta. Because we're the beta testers for technology. They're testing it all on us. So we're the beta testers. It's right now. It's right in my faces, man. Put me on a fucking podcast, man. Because you know what? I got shit to say. But you know what? What the comments are gonna say? Oh, he thinks he's Andrew Tate. Toxic masculinity. Oh, yep, look at him. He's just a red pill guy. He's blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Fuck them. It's not for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's the wild thing about it is the way that I'm thinking, the way that I'm, like, the way my viewpoint on life is, this is not because I want to hurt other people. I don't have any intentions. My dream, not my dream, this is not a dream. This is my mission, my intention is to be a net positive society. When I'm dead and gone, they'll say that was a great man. He was a good man. He loved his family. He protected. He provided. He gave back. He influenced in a positive way. And he left the psychology, a mindset, a mentality back for the world so that other people can be inspired in the next generations. That's my intention. But when we have a society of people, it's like the fucking elites. They don't have to stop the people who are coming up and rising up because our own people will stop us. It's like the slave mentality. The slaves will try to stop the one slave who's like, yo, we can be free. They'll try to stop him. It's like, bro, I'm trying to free all of us. You guys are crazy, yo. But it is the way it is because this is how the video game is set up. It's how the simulation is set up. It's been like this since the beginning of time. It's the way it is. This is the game. It's the game of life. And I love that shit. I love that shit. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm more ready. Let's go. Let's go, baby. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the robots. The robots are coming, man. They're gonna decimate humans, bro. It's the end of human civilization, bro. You know the fucking monkey fucking evolution thing? We're at the end. And not only at the end, we're digressing. We're devolving. You know what I mean? And the robots are gonna replace motherfuckers. They're gonna need a lot of strong humans to be able to fight the fight. You know what I mean? So my kids, I'm telling you, I'm gonna train my kids are like, I'm like John Connor's great-great-grandfather. You know what I mean? I'm like John Connor's grandfather. I'm telling you, I am. Because my kids, they're gonna be badass motherfuckers, bro. Warriors. Loving warriors. Compassionate warriors. People who have love in their heart and compassionate and they're forgiving people and they're kind. But they have a willingness to fucking fight the good fight, man. Fight whatever it is. It may be a physical fight, or it's a psychological, it's a spiritual fight. And that's really what it is right now. It's spiritual warfare. spiritual warfare is right now. And here's what I should have talked about in the beginning. This is what I should have said in the beginning. We got to turn to Christ. We got to turn to God. We have to turn to God. God is the fucking compass, bro. I'm telling you. God is everything. God allows a man, when you're a man who owns himself, he owns his mind, he owns his purpose, he owns his decisions, he's fully sovereign, he has a mastermind, not a slave mind. It's imperative that you follow God, because everyone has to answer to someone. So if you're not answering to anyone, no one can tell you what to do. What can happen is you can become an evil person. You can become evil because you're not answering anyone. No one can hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? So God holds me accountable. God holds me accountable. So no matter how strong or powerful, rich, wealthy, successful I become, at the end of the day, I have to answer to God, because I know I have a judgment day, and God is the commander-in-chief. And so God is everything. Faith is important right now, even more. Faith has never been more important. There's an epidemic right now of low self-esteem happening in our society. It's happening right now. Just go out into the world. Just observe, motherfuckers. Go out to the world. Go to the grocery store. Go to Walmart. Go to the fucking bar. Just look around the fucking world and ask yourself, do you see any heroes? Do you see any men that you're like, wow, I'm inspired by that? That guy, unless he has children. Now that's another thing. Before someone says, well, I'm a father and I take care of my kids, even though I work at the Walmart. Yeah, I respect that. I'm not saying this is not, you're excluded from this conversation. Yeah, you may need to get in the gym, my brother. You may have a dad bod and sitting around not doing much with your body, but the same day you are providing and protecting your children, and I respect that 100,000%. But this is for the younger generation. This is for the people who are in their 30s and also 40s, but 20s as well, teenagers. If you're not you're coming into the world, you don't have children, you don't have a family. This is for them. We have to wake up. We have to realize that, if you look out into the world, there are no inspirational men. There are the people you're going to find that are inspiring on the internet, or they're on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? But they're not your neighbor. It's not the people around you. This zoo, these are a lot of people who gave up on that, or they're older, or if they're people in your generation and you see them and they're not thinking like this, they just want to play video games all day, watch pornography, and eat food and listen to fucking lame ass music and just not have any purpose. You're not going to be inspired by them. Fuck that. Get away from them. You can love them all you want, but you may have to love them from a distance. But if you look at our world, there are no heroes. Where are the Martin Luther Kings? Where are the John F. Kennedys? Where are the Hercules? Where are these motherfuckers? We don't see them. They pull them away out of our society. And these people get attacked the most. And a lot of people are afraid of being that person, because to be that person means you're going to stand out. You're going to stand out. You have to risk looking crazy. You have to risk it. But Lord, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. You're fighting for a bigger mission than they understand. What were we talking about? God, yes. So following God, I feel like as a man, it's so that's the foundational tenet. Following your creator, having a God. Don't be godless. Don't be out here thinking that it's cool to not believe in God. It's cool to believe in God. It's sexy to believe in God. It's sexy to be a G, bro. Have a fucking Glock and a Bible next to you. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, I got God next to me, but I still keep my gat, because I know he protected me, but I still stay strapped. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it with you, bro. The Bible, bro. Having God, prayer. Opening up your Bible, reading it, just and putting that into your mindset. Following faith, because the more faith you have in God, you have faith in yourself, and you become a courageous man. You become a stronger man. When you fear God, it removes the fear of everything in the world. But if you're afraid of your own shadow, you're afraid of everything in the world, it's because you're not following God. Your faith in yourself, the actions that you take, is a direct correlation to how much faith you have in God. And we're living in a godless society. We have a lot of people out here who say they believe in God. They say they believe in their creator, but they're not acting and living as they are. Just because you say you are, but you're not taking action as if you are, then are you actually following God? Do you actually believe in God? No, you don't. You don't, because your actions reflect that. You have to follow God, yo. Follow God. That's how we're going to wrap up this video. Follow God. God will lead you to where you need to be. And how you follow God is by prayer, by conscious prayer. Anytime you feel struggle, you feel stress, you feel unhappy, you feel like you don't know what to do, you don't have the answers, pray to God. Ask God for the answers, and the answers will appear to you. Ask God to help you get through this obstacle. God will help you get through that obstacle. Ask God to help you face your fears, and you will face your fears. Ask God, and He will deliver. That's what we're going to wrap up this conversation with. I appreciate everybody who paid attention, who watched the video. I hope this video inspires you. I said a lot of things. Obviously, we're not in a classroom, so it's not like a fucking structured, organized lesson. This is just like, I just needed to give you energy, just inspire you. You know what I mean? The number one thing is follow God. Follow God. Define your purpose. Define your mission. Declare war on whatever ideology you must declare war on. Have a war to fight, because we're not going overseas to fight. We don't get drafted. So as a man, you have to conjure your own war. Go to war against yourself, your own limiting beliefs. Go to war against mediocrity. Create something. Conjure your own discomfort. Conjure your own suffering and see the beauty and the value of it. That you can do that by going to the gym, taking cold showers, pushing yourself to do 1,000 push-ups. Say, I'm gonna do 1,000 push-ups. You may not get to 1,000, but you will get way over 100. Push yourself to be great. Greatness. Strive to be a hero. These are the ideals of a strong man, of a hero mentality. Don't allow yourself to succumb to the zeitgeist of being totally comfortable with being weak. You know what I'm saying? And miserable. Because this is how people are. And it's like the norm. It's like you know how many times I've been around people and they're like, so how's your mental health? I'm like, dude, I'm fucking great, man. I feel like I have an iron mind. It's like I don't get sad. I don't have negative thoughts really. Like I'm positive how I view myself. And they're like, are you sure? You sure? Really? I don't think so. It's like I'm like, no, I just told you I don't have depression. I don't get depressed. And it's like they're asking that because it's almost they want me to be. They're like, oh, no, you're supposed to. What are you doing? You're supposed to be depressed. You're supposed to be sad. Get back in your cage, you sad little man. This is what they want from us. Fuck them. We're not doing that. We're fighting for a fight bigger than ourselves. Declare your purpose, bigger than yourself. Ask yourself how your pain and suffering and the mission that you're on will benefit your family, your friends, your community, and the people that you love, and the world. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be motherfucking Martin Luther King and you know what I mean? But think big. If you think big, the little shit will be easy. Your community, your family, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? And they may not appreciate you while you're here. They'll appreciate you when you're gone. That's the fucking life of a strong man. A lot of men are not appreciated until the day they're gone. And then they're like, oh my God, he was so amazing, right? It's all good. Because you know what? Only God can judge us, and we're not here to get the approval of the world. We're here to get approval from God. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. And the more you follow God, the more you realize that. The more you realize that. And the more you follow God, and the more you read the Bible, the more you understand that God loves you. God loves you. God wants you to be the very best that you can. And God wants to see you have it all. And God, and that's within His divinity. And at the end of the day, you were born to win. You were born to be great. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, that's demonic. The opposite of that is demonic. Don't fall victim to that program, because what they've done is they flipped the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool to be real anymore. It's cool to be fake and authentic. We're watching the boxing matches. Boxing it's clearly rigged. Fake. The food is fake. We live in a fake ass world, and if you're not a fake person, you're not gonna fit in. Motherfuckers fit in if they're fake. I don't fit in with these motherfuckers. I don't want to fit in with a bunch of fake people. You know what I'm saying? So it's about following God. It's about embracing your authenticity and promising and vowing that you will never lie to yourself, ever. You will never, ever lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And stick to your code and walk the fucking path less traveled. Many are called, few are chosen. Make the choice to walk the path.